forgive my appearance. I have literally aged about 10 years in this past 1 year. And I know how I look. I look disgusting. Feel disgusting. Don't feel pretty. Don't feel sexy. And I certainly don't look it. Anyway, this video is meant to be something of a I don't know, a warning to women out there who are in relationships with men and are unmarried but have children. Take me as your example of what can go wrong when you completely trust somebody and figure that they will be respectful and considerate of your feelings despite what happens in the relationship. Because as I've learned, that is not quite the case. Okay, so where should I start? Basically, last October, I ended a relationship that I'd been in for 13-ish years with my ex-partner. Long relationship. I mean, like any relationship, it had its ups, it had its downs. There were parts of it that were beautiful, there were parts of it that were so ugly, it was hideous. And there was abuse in the relationship, I'll be honest. There was abuse. Mental abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, coercive control. I was no angel and he certainly was no angel. You know, it was a relationship with all the nuance that relationships have. But when the relationship ended, I'd assumed that my partner and I, given that, you know, at the time I had a great deal of respect and admiration for him, would be able to co-parent our two beautiful daughters, arrange a system where we had shared equal care and custody of the girls, and be able to move on peacefully. And that's far from what happened. Now, I should have had some forewarning about this, some foreboding, because I would always make jokes, say like, oh, when we separate, or if we separate. And I kind of always in the back of my mind knew we weren't forever. I knew he wasn't my end goal, my person. I would joke that, like, you know, when we separate or if we separate, we're that kind of couple that can share the house forever and it'll be no big deal. And I'll be having a tea with your girlfriend and you'll be having a tea with my boyfriend. And they would always just give me a look like, girl, are you dumb? You know, or, you know, just kind of like, you know, just give me an expression that said, you're an idiot. But, you know, that was just him. So I thought he kind of agreed. But no, our relationship became horribly contentious, acrimonious. It just became horrible. So when we first separated, we were sharing the home that we bought together. A home that I had funded the purchase of by selling a flat that my father had very kindly bought for me in the West End of Glasgow. This flat was a beautiful 2-bedroom flat, worth a good amount of money. And the proceeds of the sale of that went into buying our house that we raised our two daughters in. So I was staying in that house when we separated. I was kind of isolated upstairs on the top floor because things became so bad in the house, it was best we weren't around each other, which was really heartbreaking for the girls, like properly heartbreaking, because we couldn't say 2 words to each other without it becoming some kind of an argument, something. I was really depressed, so I just ended up staying upstairs, top of the house, trying to stay out the way. And then towards the beginning of the summer holidays, school, nursery holidays, he decided to abscond with my 2 daughters. Well, he kidnapped them, he took them. He went to social work and raised allegations that I am a drug addict, that I tried to harm him and the children, that I was a danger to my children, and ran away with them. And for 2 weeks they were going around the country in a camper van. I didn't know where my daughters were from day to day. I had some contact with my oldest daughter by mobile phone. If I was lucky, she would answer. But it was a really scary time. And I can't imagine, I never in my wildest dreams thought this man would do something like that to me. To make up the lies he's made up, take that to social work, and then have that justify him, you know, stealing my daughters and taking them away from me. So I didn't see them for 6 weeks. It was, when I tell you, the most difficult time of my life, like, I can't think of anything that I've been through that's worse than that time. I thought I would never get them back. I thought I'd never see them again. I thought I'd lost my daughters permanently. Luckily, I have great family, so we were able to get a lawyer. Very expensive lawyer. We did try to get legal aid, because I don't make that much money. Some people know, if you watch this channel regularly, I have sickle cell anemia. It's a disability, and it's a debilitating disease that causes chronic pain, as well as acute pain crises. So while I do have a job, there's a lot of times when I'm absent from my job, and when you're off a lot in this country, eventually you stop having an entitlement to get sick pay. So when I'm off sick, I'm basically paid nothing. So I needed legal aid. I couldn't afford a lawyer by myself. The issue was, and I was told it was because of the cost of living crisis, a lot of farmers weren't doing legal aid anymore, and it came to the point where I couldn't wait anymore. I begged my dad for help, and he was happy to fund a lawyer for me. We found someone. Now, I never thought my children's care and custody would end up in the hands of the court and be a decision for a sheriff that doesn't really know me. But that's exactly what's happened. I cannot say 2 words to my ex-partner without it becoming acrimonious. He will twist things. He will tell lies about me. He will make it seem as if I'm out to get him. I'm out to make his life difficult, when in fact it couldn't be further from the truth. I want to walk away peacefully. I want to be able to raise our children. I was going to say together, but while we're not together, I like to be able to raise them in a civil manner. For example, say that there's a birthday party. I'd like to be able to invite him and his parents to the party and have it be an okay environment. I know my girls would love that. I mean, heck, I would love that. My parents are divorced and they still can't stand each other. They can't be in the same room together. That wasn't what I envisioned for my own daughters as they grew up. But that's now the situation. We can't be in the same room. He won't look me in the eye. I don't really want to look him in the eye at this point. He's backed me into a corner. A pretty desperate corner, to be honest with you. His family have means, so he's been lucky enough to buy any property. He has a new car. He's settled. He doesn't appear to be working from what I can gather. And he has now sued me, his disabled ex-partner, for child maintenance. Which, when I tell you at the minute that I am pretty much destitute, like the legal bills are just to the gills, you know, and it's thousands and thousands of pounds we're talking here. Lawyers aren't cheap. I've never been under so much stress in my freaking life. And he's purposely holding the funds. Well, he's not holding them personally, but he's not wanting to negotiate about how the funds from the sale of our home are split, as he believes I don't deserve any of that money. One of his issues with me during our relationship is that I don't pay my way. I don't pay my bills. So he thinks he's entitled to more of the money from the sale of our home. And that I shouldn't have what I'm entitled to. Sorry, it's gone dark. I'm sitting in the car here. It's gone kind of dark. I'll sort that light out. So I don't have any savings now. All my money's gone to lawyers. My family is helping me, but I mean, I can't expect them to help me forever. I don't know how long this will roll on for. It feels as if he's happy for it to rumble along forever. My lawyers told me of nightmare stories of people just simply cannot agree on how funds are separated or allocated after a split. And what ends up happening is that the money just lies in an interest-bearing account for years and years and years. My lawyer said people have died with that money being held there and not had access to it. So as far as I'm concerned now, that money's gone. I'm probably never going to see it. I'm having to start from zero again. Luckily, just now I'm living with my father and my stepmother, and they've been amazing. They've been so supportive. I literally couldn't have got through this. I wasn't going to cry in this video, but... Sorry. I didn't want to cry in this video, but... I have to acknowledge how great my father has been. I don't think I would be here if it wasn't for my father. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for crying. This is terrible. I need to get through a video without tears. He's held my hand through this whole thing. He's funded my lawyers, or helped me fund the lawyers. He's taken me in when I have no home. My stepmom as well have been so amazing. So amazing. I'll never be able to repay them for what they've done for me. But yeah, I'm basically having to start from zero again because I have nothing. I have nothing. I never thought I'd be in a position where I would be counting the pennies to buy my daughters a tin of beans for dinner. You know, I never thought this man would do this to me. So anyway, the reason I don't want to be disgusting and manky and snotty and all that, this is disgusting, but the reason I'm making this video, ladies, is to say, if you are with a man and he may seem like he's the man of your dreams, your true love, your soulmate, you know, he'll never do you wrong, and you're together, unmarried, decide to have children, I beg of you, please have something in place with a lawyer that says what will happen should that relationship end. You don't have as many rights when you're unmarried and have children. One of the first things my lawyer said to me was, why didn't you marry the man? Things would apparently have been a lot easier had I been married to the man. I'd have had more rights and I'd been able to get help with my legal bills. I always knew he wasn't... There was something about him. And I never wanted to marry him. But I stayed with this idiot for 13 years. I just thought... I don't know what I thought. Maybe I thought that he was what I deserved. But nobody deserves what's happened to me. Nobody. Especially not my daughters. Doesn't matter how much you think you can trust the man you're with now. Things will change if you separate. Things will become contentious and acrimonious and horrible. Doesn't matter how amazing the man is when you're with him. Man or woman. Doesn't matter. You have to arm yourself. Be prepared in advance for war. Because let me tell you, it's a battle. And it's not a fun one. I'm hoping that I've been through the worst of it now, and that next year I'll be able to get re-established, start saving some money, find my own place, be able to pay my bills and my child maintenance to this man. But I just have to take each day as it comes, and it's hard. I literally have nothing. Anyway, my word of warning for you guys, please take it to heart and do not procreate with anyone without some kind of legal paperwork in place. Might not sound romantic, but you need to look after yourself and protect yourself. When they say what's mine is yours, no. Make sure what's yours is yours and you keep it that way. Okay. Anyway, I hope y'all are doing better than me and have had a good year. And just say a prayer for me and my daughters. Alright. Sorry for becoming a snotty mess and crying, but I hope you heed my warning. Okay? Good night.